But now it's, oh yeah, I'm mad, I'm jealous because my sons ain't, you damn right I'm mad. Because he was took out before he could even get to that type of status. Hell yeah, I'm angry and I'm mad. But it ain't towards them. It's towards the people that influence this shit that makes it seem like it's right. How the pot gonna call the kettle black, Sean?
That's right.
It all sucks to me. Before Duck died, I hated that. I wanted him to just keep bringing what God gives him with. Nobody is winning. Nobody is winning. Nobody is winning. My grandbaby got to celebrate his 3rd birthday without his father. Them babies got to celebrate without their fathers. Kyra never had kids. Can't Get Right never had kids. Like, all this is for nothing. They ain't killed Brick and Kobe. Y'all heard it from my mouth, and we know. So all the internet that's out here talking about all HK did this for that, he ain't do that one. I don't know what he did, but he ain't do Brick and Kobe.
Momma Duck, as she's known to the world, is the mother of one of the most talented Chicago rappers who never had a chance to flourish. She's the mother of FBG Duck, but today, we're gonna look at her as a person, a mother, a daughter. Lasheena Weekly has been through so much throughout the years, and her pain deserves to be presented to the world. This goes beyond music or picking sides to a war that the majority of the viewers aren't even a part of. This is to show how strong this black woman is, and through all the trials and tribulations, she still stands tall with her head held high.
You lost 2 sons, right? And you lost a daughter.
I lost my first child. When I say I lost 5, because I've been pregnant 9 times. God has blessed me with 10 kids, okay?
Momma Duck explains what happened to her first child.
My last set was twins. Brick being the oldest and Leandria being the youngest. So in 92, it was a story when I lost my first child in 1992. I was like 16 to 17 years old. And I stayed in the project, Shine, and I had Jermaine and Sheldon in the park. I think Jermaine was making 2 and Sheldon probably was going on 1. Sheldon was 2 and Jermaine was 2 and Sheldon was 1. But I was pregnant with Javon. It's a drive-by in front of the store, 38th and Cottage Grove.
Breaking news that we're following in the city. 2 people shot seconds after stepping out of a store in Chatham. Police say the men stepped outside when someone in a dark sedan drove by and opened fire. Both of those victims hit in the leg. They are expected to be okay. No one is in custody.
Breaking news from Chicago's South Side, where a shooting left 1 man dead and 3 others injured. It happened shortly after 5 tonight, steps from a liquor store on the 7900 block of South Cottage Grove. Investigators say the victims were near the sidewalk when they were approached by 4 gunmen who opened fire. No one is in custody.
We are also watching this breaking scene. 2 people shot near 79th and Cottage Grove. Police say it started on the street when 2 people got into a shouting match. 1 person pulled a gun and killed the other. A woman getting off a nearby CTA bus was also shot. She was rushed to the hospital but is in good condition. Police are looking for that suspect.
I hear the shots. I dived on them, protecting my 1 and 2-year-old child. That's how I wound up losing my first baby that I lost. I dived on them. I heard gunshots. I didn't know what they were coming from. So I dived on my babies, and when I got home, I still wasn't in no pain or nothing. And I woke up the next morning, and that's when I know either my water bed bust or something. I went to the hospital. and he weighed 2 pounds and 4 ounces. I was 6 months. He weighed 2 pounds, 4 ounces, and he lived 12 hours. That was my first child I lost.
She then breaks down the tragic loss of her second child.
2007, when I was in my addiction and I was just all over the place. I lost my 2-month-old baby from an accidental overland. And that was in 2007. Losing that child made me stop doing drugs, just ready to deal with life on life terms. People don't know my struggle, but the people that know my struggle. You see what I'm saying? So,
Momma Duck then proceeds to explain what happened during the death of her third child.
After 2007, my next child I lost was the twin.
In the fire, right?
Yes, my 3-year-old twin. She passed away in the fire. I was there. So was her sister and my daughter Lasheena and Rashid. That's Butters. That's FBG Butters' son.
Okay.
He was 8 months at the time. So we lost her in that fire. I was there. I got 3rd-degree burns on my feet trying to, it was crazy. That was in 2014.
A 3-year-old girl died in a Roger Park apartment fire after the girl apparently set fire to a mattress in her family's apartment while playing with a lighter, family members said. Leandria White was found dead in a 3-story apartment building in the 1700 block of West Juneway Terrace within the hour after the fire started about 2:20 p.m. Wednesday, according to police and fire officials. Lasheena Weekly, the girl's mother, said she had repeatedly admonished Leandria not to play with lighters. The girl and her twin sister are the youngest of Weekly's 8 children. She was beautiful. She was smart. She could dance. She would console her twin sister every time she cried, Weekly said. They stuck together so much. They were born a minute apart. Leandria's sister had run in to tell her Leandria had lit the mattress on fire, Weekly said. She went into the room and looked for Leandria. The room had been cleared of furniture except the mattress, which was leaning against the wall because the family had been fighting an outbreak of bed bugs. When I tried to lift that mattress up, I would have seen her, Weekly said. I would have seen my daughter under the mattress. I don't think she was in that room. Weekly tried to throw the mattress out the window, but opening the windows just caused the flames to spread. So she left the room and ran to get neighbors' help, she and family members said. Weekly and a neighbor tried to put the fire out with an extinguisher, but they could not douse the flames. An older daughter and a grandchild of Lasheena Weekly were in another room and able to escape. Weekly said she and the neighbor left the apartment too. The apartment door was open and she thought Leandria had been able to escape. When firefighters arrived, they found the apartment heavily engulfed in flames, according to Assistant Deputy Fire Commissioner Mark Nielsen. Firefighters found the girl in a bedroom where the fire originated, Nielsen said. The fire was brought under control just before 3 p.m. The girl's mother declined to be taken to the hospital, as did a child, but 2 others were taken in fair to serious condition to present St. Francis Hospital in Evanston, Nielsen said. Jermaine Robinson, aka FBG Brick, was the blood brother of FBG Duck, and Brick was his older brother. Jermaine Robinson, known on the Chicago rap scene as FBG Brick, was gunned down along with his friend Stanley Jacoby Mack, known as Kobe Mack. on Monday afternoon in the Southside Woodlawn neighborhood. Police were called to a shooting about 2:50 p.m. Monday in the 6300 block of South St. Lawrence. Mack, 31, and Robinson, 26, were pronounced dead at the scene, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. Mack lived in the West Side Austin neighborhood while Robinson lived in South Shore. Autopsies Tuesday found both men died of multiple gunshot wounds, and their deaths were ruled homicides, according to the Medical Examiner's Office.
Oh, he is in the alley. When we came up that...
Yeah, he's like in the gangway. He in the gangway right there.
He laid out back there. Kobe right here. What's back
there? 2017, FBG Brick, he passed away. Was him and his cousin?
Yes, Kobe.
Can you take us through that day?
So, from what I heard, he wasn't gonna come outside that day. He was gonna stay in the house. But he had a friend that came and got him. Whoever he got in the car with wound up taking him on 63rd. And this block was full of people. A car pulled up and asked for Duck. Like, yo, Duck out here? And everybody looking like, who is you? But Brick knew who was in the car. And he linked in there. He was like, oh, what's up? After that took place, then that's when the car came up the one way. They instantly shot Kobe, and Brick tried to run and jump a gate. As he was running towards the back, somebody was back there waiting on him. So I wasn't aware that he was shot in his face until I went to identify him. And I lost Brick 9 months after he gotten out of jail. And I kind of think everybody don't know it, but if we look at the story behind King Von and my sons, you know, Brick was the one who allegedly dropped T-Roy's low. You know what I'm saying? So all my kids have been in the mix. I'm not saying they perfect, Sean.
Right.
Never not saying. But when you compare them to the people that they were into it with, they were angels. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Cause nothing they did was proven. Nothing they did was seen, allegedly. They either some smooth ass criminals or some smart ass street niggas. Cause this shit these kids doing now is not street. Not the streets I was raised up in. None of this stuff. So when I lost Brick and Kobe, Brick was my oldest son. He died 9 months after he was in jail 4 years for fighting a case. Because the day Taquan got killed, they were trying to shoot him and wind up shooting Taquan.
After the death of Brick, he will be dissed online by his ops.
We got Fona rolling up Brick over there.
Yeah.
Fona rolling up Brick over there. Fona putting the Duck out right there. Oh, we got a lot of people in there.
FBG Duck will go live after Brick's passing and delivers a chilling message with no expression in his face at all. You can tell he's going through it and the pain is consuming him on the inside.
If you mention Brick or Kobe, you're gonna die. That's straight like that.
Duck would be involved in heavy beef with O-Block in the streets and in the music. At this particular time, Duck was heavy at war with Lil Durk and King Von, going back and forth with diss songs that went commercial on both sides. Von and the gang would take to IG Live and diss Duck all the way up to the day he was tragically shot. A Chicago rapper was killed in a triple shooting in Chicago on Tuesday, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed. The 26-year-old Carlton Weekly performed as FBG Duck. Medical Examiner spokeswoman Natalia Deravignani said in a statement that he was pronounced dead about 5 p.m. at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. 3 people were shot about 3:30 p.m. when multiple got out of 2 vehicles that had pulled up to the trio and opened fire in the upscale community of Gold Coast, Chicago police said in a statement. The Chicago Police Department said a 26-year-old victim, later identified as FBG Duck, was fatally shot in the chest, groin, and neck. A 28-year-old woman was shot in her left hand, and a 36-year-old man sustained injuries to his back, side, and flank, police said. The woman was said to be stable, while the man was in serious condition, the department said. After the death of Duck, his ops would take to the internet and continue the tradition of disrespecting the dead. The disrespect towards Duck was at a higher level than ever. They would even disrespect Duck's mom blatantly. Even fans would chime in siding with Von and Dirk, adding more disrespect to the situation.
Now when it comes to this rap stuff, I don't care. If you dissing somebody, they all do it. They diss people. So that means somebody should die. If that's the case, everybody should be dead then. From the Vons to the Bricks to the Dirks to the fucking Ducks to the Young Boys to the everybody, and they ain't even, you know, all this anger is coming towards us, and we're not even the ones who caused Von demise. It have nothing to do with that. But all this hatred is coming towards my son when he was on his Chicago Legends and Peace stuff. They wasn't feeling that.
FBG Duck, you know, any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him?
Who, Duck?
Did you know him before, like everything?
Like that, I don't know. On game. All I know, don't say that about Troy or rest in peace, Duck. Okay, so you got anything about FBG Duck? It's, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't say shit about Troy. That's it. About Troy. Get that guy over there. What ever, you know me. Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. You know I know that. Stop playing. Stop playing. Don't do that. Stop playing.
After just over 2 days of deliberations, a federal jury on Wednesday convicted 6 reputed gang members of the brazen killing of rapper FBG Duck on the Gold Coast. Duck's mother, Lasheena Weekly, cried and hugged family members as the verdict was read about 12:35 p.m., ending a murder trial that had stretched more than 3 months. When stuff like that happens to a good person, regardless of what somebody else thinks of them, it ain't gonna go unpunished, she said in an interview. Duck, whose real name is Carlton Weekly, was gunned down outside a luxury clothing store in the first block of East Oak Street on August 4th, 2020. His girlfriend and another man were wounded in the attack. Prosecutors tied the shooting to a gang war between Duck's Tukaville faction of the Gangsta Disciples and the O Block set of the Black Disciples. The years-long conflict was stoked by drill rap diss tracks between Duck and King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett. An O Block leader, prosecutors said, had placed a bounty on Duck before being shot to death months later.
Jury in Chicago has found 6 gang members guilty for carrying out the brazen murder of drill rapper FBG Duck in August of 2020 right in the Gold Coast. The jury of 5 men and 7 women have remained anonymous during the trial out of fear of their lives. They deliberated for close to 16 hours over the course of 3 days before reaching a verdict. During the trial, prosecutors outlined a gang feud that was brewing for a week before the rapper was shot and killed. 6 men were convicted of murder in the aid of racketeering and conspiracy to commit murder. That carries a life sentence. FBG Duck, whose real name is Carlton Weekly, leaves behind young children. His mother says justice has been served.
I just want to thank the United States government for doing a very good job on making sure that these guys would never hurt another mom or another child again.
The sentencing hearing for the men convicted, that's set to happen in August and also the month of September.
After the tragic passing of FBG Duck, the FBG faction continued to suffer more losses along the way. The first would be BCR Meezle, who was a blood cousin to FBG Duck. Meezle rep BCR, which stood for Big Clout Records.
What changed since he's passed away? How are things different?
Yeah, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. Yeah, you can see now. See, I got a different name, right? Different as hell. Different, it's a different scenery. And you can, when that happened, you can really look deep into and cut out and see who really acting funny, who really different.
FBG Duck affiliate BCR Meezle was shot and killed early Saturday morning, February 6, in Bloomingdale, Illinois. According to Bloomingdale police, the 27-year-old Chicago rapper, who was also allegedly Duck's cousin, was attending a party at the Indian Lakes Hotel at the time of the shooting.
Do it, you know?
I have no idea, bro.
You just got caught in a crossfire kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Where at? Here? All right, I see. I'm gonna put some pegs. Stay with me. Listen, we gotta get him to the hospital. We gotta get him. Squad car. I'm gonna take him to the hospital.
Police arrived at the scene around 2:35 a.m. local time and reportedly found multiple gunshot victims. Meezle was rushed to the St. Alexis Medical Center emergency room, where he was pronounced dead less than an hour later. Bloomingdale Public Safety Director said in a statement that at least 6 people were injured during the shooting. However, it's unknown whether or not the gunman and victims knew each other.
The hotel could lose its business license after half a dozen people were shot there over the weekend.
One of the victims has died. WGN's Bronagh Tumulty has the story.
Good evening. The board meeting here tonight included an update about what happened on Saturday at Indian Lakes Hotel, a business that has proved problematic for the village in the past. Now going forward, their license to operate is in limbo.
Do you know who shot you?
No.
Okay, all right. Why'd they do it, do you know?
I have no idea, bro.
You just got caught in a crossfire kind of thing?
Yeah.
A first-hand look tonight at the chaos that erupted early Saturday morning inside Indian Lakes Hotel in Bloomingdale.
Where you hit? Your leg? Okay. All right. Where at? Here? All right, I see. I'm gonna put some pegs. Stay with me.
Body camera footage capturing some of the carnage.
You're gonna be okay, dude, all right? You're gonna be okay. I promise, you're gonna be fine.
Including this officer trying to comfort a victim before carrying him out of the building.
Listen to me. We gotta get him to the hospital. We gotta get him. Squad car. I'm gonna take him to the hospital.
Bullets started flying around 2:30 in the morning, seemingly between 2 parties gathered at the hotel.
The craziness that was going on, and unfortunately some of those victims on the ground. And it also shows our officers acting in a courageous, valiant way to try to help these people, stop the bleeding, put tourniquets on, remove them from the immediate threat.
Director of Public Safety Frank G. Marisi tells us 5 people are recovering from gunshot wounds right now. A 6th, James McGill of Chicago, lost his life in the crossfire.
The information I've gotten is that he was some type of rapper, and there was some type of rap production or video that was being filmed that night.
But past problems with this location mean the village is taking action.
My duties tonight were to update the board and the mayor.
A 10-day notice is now in the works, meaning the hotel will soon have to officially suspend operations.
They've already voluntarily stopped operation at the hotel due to the shooting that happened.
A hearing will follow that within 5 days to determine whether they'll be allowed to operate at all going forward.
Within about 15 to 20 days, there should be a hearing before the mayor of Bloomingdale in regards to their business license.
That 10-day notice could come as soon as tomorrow, and once the hearing happens, both sides, the hotel and the village, will have a chance to argue their case before a determination is made about whether the hotel's license will be revoked. In Bloomingdale, Brona Tumulty, WGN News.
The grandfather facing
The second FBG.
Hey, good morning, Braisha. So the marathon right by 81st and Ashland is where this is located. So 81st is closed right now for this police investigation between the alley right next to Ashland and Marshfield. So right now we only have the closures on 81st. There are no closures on Ashland, but you might want to just avoid this area. Back to you, Braisha.
Thank you so much for that information. A Southside rapper was killed this morning after a gunman armed with a rifle opened fire on his car. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton performed under the name FBG Cash. Police say he was driving near 81st and Ashland when the shooting occurred. A 29-year-old woman who was asleep in the car was seriously wounded. Hamilton was part of a group of rappers known as the Flyboy Gang. Nearly 2 years ago, another member of that group, FBG Duck, was killed on the Gold Coast. His real name was Lasheena Weekly. 4 members of the street gang have been charged in that murder.
After going through all of the losses, mental, emotional, and physical abuse, Lasheena Weekly still stands tall. Like she said, once she finally got clean off drugs, she stayed that way. It would have been so easy for her to use any of these tragic events as an excuse to relapse, but she continues to stand strong. I wanted to make this because her will and strength is a testament to her legacy. No cap, it was hard to make this without tearing up at times. It's sad how we normalize bullying and senseless violence.
I've got messages from people saying you like the female Job. I've heard of Job, but I literally had to go back and read my Bible and see the story of Job. And I said, wow. You know, I guess, but God is using me. And when this all said and done, none of them babies that lost their lives to this stuff gonna die in vain. That's my main purpose. I'm not just speaking for me, I'm speaking for every mother, whether they want to realize it or not.
Lasheena Weekly, you truly are the female Job, and may God continue to bless you along your journey. True strength is being able to take your pain and turn it into love to spread to others. That's true strength. Alright gang, there y'all have it. It's another one. Drillers and trappers, trappers and drillers. You already know what it is, man. Get in the comment section. Make sure you definitely share this. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Hit the notification bell and don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!